York Jets mainly missed the playoffs due to having bad quarterback play and lackluster play calling from an offensive coordinator who not too many players in the locker room were a fan of, Robert Saleh fires him and then replaces him with Nathaniel Hackett, the guy who was in charge of leading one of the NFL's worst offenses when he was the head coach of the Denver Broncos. How is Nathaniel Hackett an upgrade from Mike LaFleur? Before you say, well, JT, Nathaniel Hackett, even though he wasn't a good head coach, he was a really good offensive coordinator. Show me what place Nathaniel Hackett has been where he's produced an elite offense when he was the OC calling the plays. And don't say the Green Bay Packers, because even though he was listed as their offensive coordinator, he never called the plays one time when he was in Green Bay. And when you ask people what he did during his time with the Packers organization, other than making Aaron Rodgers laugh, most people will only tell you he helped assemble the game plans and he was part of scouting and strategy. That was it. When he was calling the plays, when he was the OC of the Jacksonville Jaguars, his best season there was when he helped lead them to the AFC Conference Championship game when they lost to the New England Patriots. Remember when they had that outstanding defense? They were calling them Saxonville. And offensively, you had Leonard Fournette and Blake Bortles was serviceable that season. Well, after that year, the following year, he got fired. He also was the OC for the Buffalo Bills, and their offense was nothing to write home about neither. If you're a New York Jets fan trying to find a way to get excited about this hiring, you're only going to make yourself a little bit more frustrated than what you already are on the inside. There has been plenty of head coaches who we thought were really good coordinators. They end up getting head coaching jobs. They don't work out, and then they forget how to be good coordinators again. It's kind of weird. You want some good examples? Jason Garrett. When he got fired by the Dallas Cowboys and he got hired by the New York Giants, some people felt he could have some success there. He used to be one of the best offensive minds before taking the head coaching job of the Dallas Cowboys. He was one of the best offensive coordinators in the game. Then he gets the head coaching job of Dallas. Then he gets fired and forgets how to be a good OC. Same thing with Pat Shurmur. Pat Shurmur, he got fired. He became the offensive coordinator of the Denver Broncos when they had Drew Lock, and everybody was expecting Drew Lock to take a big leap year 2 under Pat Shurmur, and that didn't work. That was a disaster. Nathaniel Hackett was supposed to have one of the most talented offenses in the NFL with Russell Wilson, the talent they had at receiver, running back, and on the offensive line, and that didn't work out. And you can blame a little bit of that due to injuries. But when you're somebody who specializes on the offensive side of the football, the offense shouldn't be the worst part of your team. Nathaniel Hackett hasn't shown that he has the ability to be a good play caller. Everywhere he's been, the offenses under him have been nothing more than average when he's called the plays. And as I mentioned earlier, we don't really know what he did during his time on the Green Bay Packers coaching staff, but apparently it didn't really mean too much because his offense with the Denver Broncos wasn't great. You can say, well, JT, he didn't have a good quarterback to work with. He had Russell freaking Wilson, and although Russell Wilson regressed, he still was responsible for his regression. At the end of the day, what is the job of a head coach? To put his players in the best situation to succeed. What is your job as the play caller? To call the plays that puts your players in the best situation to have success. And Nathaniel Hackett didn't do any one of those things right when he was calling the plays during his stint in Denver. And it was so bad to the point that he had to hand over play calling duties. He had to say, hey, I'm not good at this. You go ahead and take over. So I just wonder what prompted Robert Saleh to make this move. If you're looking for some positives, you can say Nathaniel Hackett is the kind of high character, high energy guy that Robert Saleh wants in the organization. As a matter of fact, he's a lot similar personality-wise to Robert Saleh. Players like him. They don't really have too much bad things to say about him. Hell, you heard Russell Wilson at the podium after Nathaniel Hackett was fired. The guy was about to tear up. He was really disappointed that he couldn't perform at a much higher level for Nathaniel Hackett. And that shows a lot. For a player to have that kind of emotion and to come out and flat out say that openly to the media, that shows you how much respect and admiration that Russell Wilson had for Nathaniel Hackett. If you listen to Aaron Rodgers when he talks about Nathaniel Hackett, talks about him in really high regards, Nathaniel Hackett most definitely is going to be way more liked amongst New York Jets players compared to the previous offensive coordinator. He also specializes in the run game. The run game is really effective when Nathaniel Hackett is on your coaching staff. Although it's not amongst the best in the league, he does a pretty good job getting the most out of running backs. And with the running back depth that the New York Jets have at this moment, that could be potentially the bright side of this hire. If you're looking for some reasons why this could work, the depth and talent that the New York Jets currently have at running back, and if they improve the offensive line, they could have one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL next season under Nathaniel Hackett if this does work out. But I'm not really confident that this is going to work out, and I'm really a little bit confused that Robert Saleh will go ahead and make a move like this, considering that most of us would view him as a hot seat candidate come the start of the 2023 NFL season. And with him putting his confidence into a guy who just was leading one of the worst offenses in the NFL, really can't see how this works out. But let me know how you guys feel about the New York Jets hiring Nathaniel Hackett as their offensive coordinator. Do you think this is a good move, bad move? Let me know down in the comment section why. Like the video, subscribe to the channel for more NFL and college football content. Check out the JT Sports Podcast, available on all podcasting platforms. And thanks for watching.